realise that it's not your fault. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Elle. Welcome to my channel, Elle's a Name. Today I'm going to talk about something that might be a little bit of a tough topic. You may have noticed in some of my previous videos there has been a guy in my videos. I never pointed out directly in our videos, but we were in a relationship and that ended yesterday. So I will be talking about my experience of that breakup and my views on long distance relationships. So the feelings are still fresh of how I feel about the breakup. I thought I'd share this with you guys mainly because I'm quite transparent on my channel and I share different experiences with you guys. I think it's important to be real and to not be afraid to show your emotions and how you feel about a certain topic or situation you've been through. So yesterday I got a call around the afternoon and I picked up and it was straight to the point. Not even a how are you, it was more of a I can't do this anymore, we need to end things. It was such a shock to me how he went about it, very straight to the point, and didn't really ask how I was doing. Bear in mind I had tried to speak to him over the past few days prior to this with no success. So that was a little bit of a shock and there was a lot of tears. A dilemma I had is I needed to collect my personal belongings and we had a long distance relationship. It's around a 2-hour journey. That might not seem a lot to some, or it might seem quite a bit of a journey to others. It's a 2-hour journey to get a few items. The thing is with me is I've learned from previous experiences that I'm not going to try and change someone's mind. If someone feels the way they do, then they're entitled to feel that way, and I shouldn't need to try and convince someone to put effort to not give up on a relationship. So for me it was a case of making sure that that's what they wanted, that they didn't want to backtrack on that and leave it as that. I've learned that you can't make someone love you, and in the same way you can't force something to happen, and that you need to appreciate your worth. The main reason for breaking up with me was because he couldn't take how he felt when he missed me. You know, when you miss someone so much it almost pains you, and he couldn't take that. The distance was getting too much for him and apparently we weren't seeing each other enough. I know lockdown doesn't help. I'm currently in the UK for those viewers that don't know, so we're in a second lockdown, and with those restrictions in place we couldn't see each other and that made it very tough. But his feelings seemed to change within 2 days and he lost the love and ultimately made that decision. So there we go, we didn't make it. And I'm one of those people that will give 100% effort into everything I do. I give someone all the love and care in the world if they mean a lot to me, and I'm willing to travel the distance. For some people that's too hard. I think for long distance relationships to work you need to have good communication. It needs to be strong because you're not seeing them in person all the time, so you need to maintain that communication. Secondly, I think it is important to have some form of video call. Yes, it's great to have a normal call, but to see someone's face and facial expressions when they speak will bring a smile to your face. And thirdly, there's got to be 100% effort both ways. It takes two people for the relationship to work. if one person is not giving their 100%, it's gonna be quite clear to the other person. You'll be able to feel it. Thankfully it is the next day, so I've gone through most of my emotions last night, early this morning, because the journey actually took double the time to come back. There were so many roadworks, and then something lit up on my dashboard indicating there's something wrong with the tyres. So it was an eventful journey back. I think I've learned a lot from previous relationships where I'm a lot more calmer and more level-headed and know how to react when it comes to things like breakups, because in the past I may have tried to fight for the relationship to continue and try and get them to see that. But now I just realise you can't make someone see what they're not seeing. So it's better to let it be and to realise that it's not your fault. This is tough because I do blame myself for letting this happen to me. I think that I gave someone a chance I usually wouldn't, and put myself out there, learn to trust them, bring my guard down, and it ends up in a breakup. I think every person hopes that their relationship will last. I mean, I know for me, I'm not dating to just date just for fun. I'm dating for a purpose because I see potential in them, or I would like that to continue further on down the years. It's not a short-term thing. So we were together just over a year and we have some great memories together, some of the best memories. So it does hurt when you're suddenly not together and you're left with those memories. It is quite hard to deal with because we didn't have any big arguments. There was nothing that was bad about the relationship. It goes down to how someone's feeling. Trust in yourself, I think. Do you think you can cope with the long distance and missing someone and them not being there when you want to like cuddle them, or even just for company, they're quite far away? Is that something you can cope with? You've got to put a lot of trust into the other person. I see this as temporary measures leading up to a bright and happy future, because distance is temporary for so long, and a lot of people in long distance relationships will look to close that gap. It's just a case of how much someone wants a relationship, how much they care, can they cope with the distance, how much do you mean to them? And I got a lot of reasons for why he wanted to end things, and I won't mention them on here because I think out of respect I won't put the light on him. It is tough, but I think I'm dealing with it better than I expected. I think because I have a lot of support around me, and thank you so much to my friends, closest friends, people that have reached out that I haven't spoken to in months or years, have got in contact with me to reach out just to send a message of support and love, and to tell me to not blame myself, and that one day someone will appreciate my worth. Usually I'd go travelling to help with the healing and repair of the pain or hurt of a heartbreak, but I can't do that because of the pandemic. So I'm just having to resort to other measures like talking to people about what I'm going through, which is something I usually wouldn't do. And I have great friends that are there that are helping me through this. I think what's making it easier is that he broke up with me on his terms. That was just too much and he can't do it anymore, the long distance. And because of how he felt, I took that as I can't do anything about that, and it's ultimately his loss, so I shouldn't dwell on that. If someone doesn't want me, then they don't want me, and it makes it a lot easier to move on and to detach myself from the amount of love I had, because of the realization that someone doesn't love you enough to not get as upset over things, because I can't change how someone feels, so I should just look forward and move on with that. It is tough, it is hard, because when you have a lot of care for someone, you put so much effort into a relationship, for it to not work out, you feel like you've let yourself down. But at the end of the day, if you put 100% into it and you could not give anything more, then you've done your bit. You've just got to find someone that will see your value. If anyone out there is going through a breakup right now, stay strong, hang in there, take it day by day, and slowly you will get your sparkle back. If you're in a long distance relationship and you've given it your all, don't be too hard on yourself. You've done your part, and just believe me when I say this, one day someone will love you so much that you'll forget what you're going through right now. Alright guys, that wraps up a super emotional video. Thank you very much for watching and sharing this moment with me. I hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care guys.